Ever since I was young and before I was born, my dad's been a basketball coach. He played basketball in college at Akron. So I've grown up in a lot of NBA arenas. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he was assistant coach there for a few months, and then we actually moved to Portland, Oregon, where my dad took his first NBA job. He started off kind of working in the back. He was a little bit of a video guy, just doing whatever, and eventually worked his way up to the assistant coaching job with the Portland Trail Blazers. Basketball was something I was always around. It was something I kind of fell in love with at a real early age. And after every game, the lights would be off, and they'd lower the rims down to about 3 feet or whatever they'd been down to. And that was when I was, real little. So that was when the first time I had really started shooting.
I'd pick him up from school and take him to the gym. He was a ball boy at really every NBA stop that I had. I'd get him straight out of school, try to feed him on the way, take him with me 4 hours before the game, and he was pretty much in the arena, just turned him loose, from training rooms to locker rooms to coaches' meetings to being around some of the best players in the world. He saw how much fun the guys had. He saw the facilities. He saw probably the crowds. He got to meet guys and players and coaches that he'd see on TV once he got a little bit older and realized who they were.
In Philadelphia, I got to see the kind of ending years of Allen Iverson there, and got to know him. And it was fun growing up with your role models and the famous athletes, kind of right behind you. So it was fun.
I had originally coached in Philadelphia prior to coming to Detroit, and knew I was going to make the change. I believe he's in 7th grade then. It's tough, changing schools really at any age. I just wanted to make sure I had him settled by his high school years. I kind of promised him that. So I went and I just looked at some of the programs around. I wanted to live somewhere near the Palace, where the Pistons played at the time. I went around and actually watched some practices, watched some games. You always want to put your son, or really any player, with the best coach or best program possible. And I stumbled upon Clarkston.
That was the biggest move for me. I had moved a lot prior to then, but I was always really young. So that was kind of the hardest move for myself, and I'm sure the rest of my family. But it was a pretty smooth transition.
After about his 7th, 8th grade year, you could kind of tell he was going to figure it out pretty quickly, and started taking him to the high school open gyms as probably an 8th grader and just dropping him off. I'd stay and watch some. He just kind of fit right in. Coach Fife was great to him. Just from day one, I remember going to his first 9th grade scrimmage when they started playing. He was the starting point guard. So Coach Fife just threw him out there, believed in him. I had the confidence in him, and it just kind of went from there.
Dribble in, step back, nailed it from 17.
Going into my junior year, I really buckled down and decided that that was a state championship. I really wanted to win one, and our team and myself, we were gonna do everything that we could do to put us in that position.
Tell you what, Foster Loyer is so dangerous when he turns that corner.
Wow. That's why.
My junior year, playing Xavier in the state championship, things like that. That was a really special moment. Not only to win my first state championship, but Coach Fife's first state championship at Clarkston. And then my senior year, repeating off that, we always had that target on our back. We had to come out there and perform our best each and every night. And it was a heck of a ride through those state tournament games. My freshman year, I started talking to kind of the coaches here at MSU, and they expressed interest and stuff like that. And then they decided to offer me. That was really important to me, just because it kind of showed that my hard work had been paying off.
I think he wanted to, play in the Big Ten. Of course, as a parent, you'd like to be able to see your kid play, and for something to be an hour and a half away, to be able to go see the games, it was kind of a no-brainer if that's where he wanted to go.
I thought Michigan State was going to be the best fit for me. I loved it here, and it was close enough to home so that my parents could come and see every game. But at the same time, it was far enough away just to kind of be on my own.
I've known Coach Izzo for a long time. I knew him when he was an assistant here at Michigan State because I was an assistant at Cincinnati, and just followed him from afar, and always been, even when we played against him when I was at Cincinnati, how hard they play, how together their team is. And then once they started recruiting him, being around, coming to a lot of the games, football games, just seeing him, the family atmosphere, and they loved the team, loved the community, came back, and just to see all the Michigan State players come back and embrace being a Spartan, just kind of made him feel at home, and that's where he chose to go.
So now that I'm playing here, every home game, I'm here every day. It's fun to look back and kind of remember what we did in high school, but at the same time, just to be able to come here each and every day and put in the hard work that we do, it's fun.
Foster came in here at about 153 pounds, so not only small but very slight. And to his credit, I think he's worked his way up to about 166, 67 pounds. And as we say every day, his high school coach felt this way, his dad probably feels this way. What he has to learn to overcome size or strength or quickness or the different obstacles that especially guards have to take upon themselves, he figures it out.
Coming in and playing with a great point guard like Cassius, I knew I was going to have my work cut out for me. And, I think it's been a transition to kind of be able to find your role and do everything you can. But, each and every day at practice, I have an opportunity to prove to myself, to prove to my teammates, my coaches, that I can go out there and do my job and help this team win.
He's an incredible shooter, and he's very smart with the ball. What he has to figure out is when he has more length on him, more quickness on him, how do you get around that,
I would say Cassius is probably the biggest person that I talk to and learn from each and every day, at practice and things like that. He's done a great job of help mentoring me to, try to get where I want to go and try to get where I can help this team as much as I can. But I would also say Matt McQuaid did a great job, this summer, kind of taking me under his wing and showing me the ropes of, with the early 7 a.m. lifts, and then just kind of the grind of the whole thing and the process that it was going to be on.
The work ethic, the passion, the desire, the toughness, and the smarts, there's no question that he's going to be a very good player before he's done.